that's even possible. I watch what he does with the modern equipment, and it's mind-blowing. He's one of the few players, Luke, that I will actually go in the driving range and watch hit golf shots because it is so fun to watch him aim 30 yards left and just try and hit these big sweeping hooks and fades and I mean, it's just unbelievable what he can do with the golf ball. His eye-hand coordination is simply the best in the game.
Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par.
Couldn't convert after 2 good shots there. Disappointment as they're so close to the lead.
Well, Rich, it's become a bit of a new age thing on tour. A couple of rivalries that heat up on social media. We've seen a number of other players that call each other out. What have you made of this social media age?
Well, you better have thick skin if you're going to get into the social media arena. Thankfully, they didn't have it when I was out there on tour because I don't know if I can handle it. I certainly couldn't be trusted with it back then. But I think if you're going to go into that arena, you have to treat social media like it's just something that it's fun to do. If you do go down that rabbit hole in social media, you better be prepared for the consequences.
A chance to move into the top 10 on the leaderboard here. And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. Trailing by a stroke after that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 6th.
This player's got some lovely momentum coming off a birdie at the last.
Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway.
That's a pretty handy shot. That's a great shot into birdie range here at the 6th.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Chance to sneak into the top 5 here.
Oh, just missed. 4 feet to the cup.
This is important. Big par putt here.
He's currently tied for 6th.
Teeing off here at the 7th.
That's really not what they were looking for.
This lie's not great.
He's going to have to go down after this one, try and dig it out as best he can and hope for the best.
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Second shot here on the 7th.
Let's get back to it, shall we? Now, long-range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it? Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? No, that's too bad. 5 feet coming up to the cup. Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. I will take that also into the top 5 now.
Justin Thomas is at the top of the leaderboard with a 1-shot lead.
Here we find ourselves at the dramatic 8th hole at Craggy Heights, a par 3 playing 198 yards from the back tees.
Look, probably one of those picturesque par 3s on this golf course, if not the one. Obviously, coming up shy is a huge no-no with water lurking there. You're going to see most players hit it deep into the green. Anywhere in the heart of the green really is just fine. Walking off with a par here is just dandy.
Justin Thomas is our current leader. Setting up now on a par 4. And he's down there.
Setting up here from about 175 yards.
Woo, back there, horsey. This would be a great up and down. Ooh, that almost went down. Just a short putt remaining here. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Yeah, magical shot out of the bunker, that one. So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Always love a new beginning. Here we are at the opening hole of the back nine, the 10th. Nicely done. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 185 yards.
That's heading into the rough, I think. A little off the mark on that approach shot. Getting ready to play their third. Just 2 shots behind. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. Oh, what a stroke. Ooh, right by the hole. Putting for bogey. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. Moving down the leaderboard after that hole. Teeing off here at the 11th. Going with the 8-iron here. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup. This is what they have left for birdie here.
And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 1 under. Let's take another look at Tiger from earlier.
He's a sharp shooter from short range, isn't he?
Wonderful effort. So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. Oh, Rich loves standing on this 12th tee here, a par 5. You're always thinking birdie or perhaps better. Take us through it.
At 555 yards, Luke, there still is a decision to be made off the tee for these players. Do they challenge the fairway bunker, but also bring in the water down the right-hand side, or they just go ahead and lay it up to the left and make it a 3-shotter? The bold players are going to knock it down to a sliver of an opening, and from there, they're going to be able to go for it. Second shot playing a little bit downhill. A little pond over on the left-hand side can be a little bit nuisance, but all in all, it's a pretty simple, straightforward par 5. Birdies are in order.
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And this putt is for a big 4 on the scorecard.
Looking really good.
That's a lovely effort, that one. That's a handy putt to make.
Oh, that's going to add a little fuel to the fire of this group rivalry, guys. Massive putt.
Okay, steady now. Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
That gets the job done.
Just one off the lead after that hole. Teeing off here on the 13th hole. That's a good-looking shot there. From around 180 yards out. Only one shot off the pace.
This one looks to be heading towards the green.
A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the 13th. And this putt to move into second spot on the leaderboard, or at least a share of it. Oh, so close. Par putt coming up here. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich.
Opportunity lost, and one they needed to take advantage of, sitting just 2 back of the lead.
Oh, absolutely flushed. Opting for the 6-iron. They're not a bad shot, that one.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Birdied their last hole.
Going with the 7. And he's holed it. What a shot.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
Good look at a birdie here.
That was a narrow miss.
Easy par, that. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. Let's see what happens here on the 15th. This one needs to kick left.
Gee, it's metronomic here. Green after green. Gee, golf looks easy when you're playing like this.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
Big putt for par coming up.
And now to Bubba Watson.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, well played. And after that effort, that's how it looks. The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. Teeing off here on the 16th hole. This is a good time to get hot with the tournament on the line. That was a little untidy, wasn't it? Well, Rich, this player's certainly making moves up the leaderboard, aren't they?
Absolutely nice push on this final round. Still needs to keep the foot on the gas, continue making birdies if they have any hope of winning.
Playing from around 110 yards out. 2 strokes off the lead. Hoping for a bounce here, preferably to the left. but not a bad approach. He'll be putting. Well, Rich, think they can make this one?
Look, I got to say, I'm really not liking their chances here, but you never know. Stranger things have happened.
He's currently tied for second.
Well, now, things have gotten interesting. Closing the gap.
Ooh, don't we love a short par 4, particularly on the penultimate hole, Rich. 17 here, playing under 300 yards.
Look at just 283 yards. Listen, if you're not going to go for this green, you better just give up your tour card. I mean, literally, this is begging to be gone. This hole is going to show you what kind of player you truly are. Take out the three-wooder driver, knock it on the green, make eagle, make the crowd go wild. Anything less than that? No, thank you.
Oh, that was pure. Now, this would be a timely one to hole. Let's make this putt.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Appears to have overcooked this one. And in it goes for the par. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Currently a couple under for the round. Teeing off here at the lucky last, the 18. Good shot there. It's a fairway finder for sure. Well, they need to stick this close. A birdie would tie them for the lead and force a playoff. Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Oh, that one's straight at the pipe. Well, that's one job complete, Rich. They've shimmied their way onto the dance floor.
Yes, but can they keep their dancing shoes on, Luke? They need this putt to force the playoff.
That was a gallant attempt.
It's unfortunate, Luke. I can only imagine what is going through this player's head right now. Disappointing, to say the least.
And that'll bring his tournament to a close. And Rich, what are your thoughts on this player's PGA Tour debut? A top 10.
Yeah, not a bad first event on the PGA Tour. Kind of getting some nerves out of the way. Top 5 finish. Keep your eye on this player.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beem, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow. UK Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beem in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very much looking forward to bringing you the action from the golf course for this week's featured group. Now there is a sense of maybe fear, heightened competition this week, as this player has said that they're starting up a rivalry with their playing partner.
So it appears this player's target is to beat Ricky Fowler this week. That should be an exciting showdown, Henny.
Yeah, Ricky Fowler sounds like he's up for the challenge. On social media, he's been talking about this rivalry. Is Ricky ever not up for the challenge, though? He'll smile as he's beating you, that's for sure.
Yes, likes to kill him with kindness, does our Ricky. He is a wonderful fella on and off the course. And with a renewed confidence in his game, the new father's looking to shine here. This will be a tough challenge for our rivalry.
This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
This is what they have left for par here.
Starting the round at even par.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
He's currently tied for third. Love the long holes. Welcome to the par 5.
Nicely done.
Rich, one of the big advantages for the experienced players on tour is their history around particular courses. But what advice would you give to the new players who are coming to a course for the first time and how to handle it?
I would say tread easily. Go in there and just try to get into a good rhythm on the golf course. Don't try and go out and hit too many heroic shots or go after too many flag sticks, because if you don't know what the consequences are if you don't pull off that shot, well, shame on you. So I think that the veterans obviously have more knowledge about golf courses, and they can say, oh, I don't want to miss it there because that's dead. I've seen it happen before. When you go into a new golf course, Luke, you got to go in with it and just try and play a little bit on the defensive side. Don't get too greedy. Don't try and make too many things happen. Go in there, find some fairways, find some greens, hole a few putts here and there. Get some confidence going first before you start attacking pins.
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. And it's that man JT on top spot of this leaderboard. Good playing from Justin Thomas. Time to face a par 4. This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. From around 170 yards here.
Wind is blowing from right to left here. Wants to work it against the wind.
That one should find the surface. And here we are with the third shot. Wow, that almost went in the hole. 7 feet to the cup. That's frustrating. And this one is for bogey. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Now we're on the fourth tee here at Jacobson Homestead, and it's a par 3, playing 181 off the back tees.
Yeah, that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left of the bunkers, not so hot either. But with just a short iron in your hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you?
Trying to get to even par with this putt.
Surely it's going to.
And that putt will end up short.
Wow, shocking to say the least. How do you miss that?
Trailing by a stroke after that hole. This has to be one of the more difficult holes in golf. The long par 4. That was pummeled. Great drive. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
This whole location for him, well, it's about 185 yards out.
That doesn't look good, Rich. Bit too far right for my liking. Dad got a little out of control, I think. getting ready to play their third.
Currently a shot off the lead.
You're kidding me. Did he hold that?
Chip in for birdie. That's always a nice feeling.
Well, that's worth a replay. Let's take another look.
Great feel, great judge, great speed. Yeah, I like this.
What the fuck? We fucking did it, baby. I hope you're seeing that, Snozzy. I hope you're seeing that. Look at that. Boom. Shit. Don't know how I did that, like, but
Now let's
it's alright, this
switch our
game.
focus to Ricky Fowler.
Now, who'd have thought we'd
Ricky
see
Fowler.
this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Got a trophy.
And with that now, back to level par.
Yeah.
Time to tee off at the 6th.
Let's go.
Luke, coming off a birdie at the last hole, this
Superpower.
player finally is making something happen. Looking forward to the next hole, but danger lurks if they're not careful.
Danger lurks.
Yeah, that'll work. That's fine.
Few players have had the kind of impact on the game that Ricky Fowler has, and certainly being a fan favourite, Rich. It's funny when you see grown men dressed head to toe in orange supporting this wonderful
This is
person. But I know he
Oh.
wants more out of his career bio than what he's got right now.
And he will definitely get it as well, Luke. He's too good of a talent, and he has too much ability to not be a great player and be on the top of the leaderboard definitely a few times during the season. He is definitely, if there's a Pied Piper in golf outside of Tiger Woods, I would put my thumb on Ricky Fowler, just because so many people go out there dressed in the orange gear that he has. And whatever he does, they just love it. He's engaging, he's affable, he looks like he is enjoying himself on the golf course, which I truly believe he is. He really is one of these players that's so dynamic and so fun to be around. You can't help but root for him week in, week out. No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Time for the second shot here at the 7th. Nicely done.
And he's down there. You got to read.
Can't be too aggressive here. Take your medicine and move on. This is down the hill.
Ouch, that hurts. That'll sting a bit. Just 3 feet to the cup.
Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks.
Checking in on the leaderboard, this player is currently tied for first with Lydia Ko.
Let's see what happens here at the 8th. Going with the 5-wood.
This one heading towards the green.
Even for the day. Currently tied for top spot. Didn't that look good for a long time? Yeah, that's a top little chip shot, that one.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
And there it is. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Yeah, that one will play.
Playing from around 190 yards out. He's currently tied for the lead.
He didn't look to hit that one quite so flush.
Needed to take a little less club on that approach.
Okay, let's get back to the action. Not far from the green here, just in the greenside rough. Oh, I thought that one was going in.
What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 9 feet from the cup.
Just didn't drop. This is a bogey putt coming up. And down it goes. Well, Rich, as we make the turn to the back nine, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, Luke, it's been fun watching this player duke it out with their rival, that's for sure. They're winning the rivalry thus far. Should be fun to see where these two end up at the end of the event.
Sitting at 1 over, tied for 6th position. Good shot there, Beamer. And here we are with the third shot. Just a couple back from our leader. Attaboy, good shot. And this putt to move them into a tie for second. Oh, he's up, Tiger. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. And that puts him into the top 5 for the tournament. Let's see what happens here at the 11th hole. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Our wind's just going to knock the ball down. It's straight at the back.
It's a little wayward.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Here's Ricky Fowler's next shot. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Sitting at +1, currently tied for 5th place. How close was that to going down? And this putt to move into a tie for 3rd.
Surely it's going to.
Now, nice to make a mid-range par putt. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Let's see what happens here at the 12th. Going with the 5-iron here. This would be a great up and down. That's a wonderfully played chip shot there.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Sitting at 1 over for the day. Let's see what happens here at the 13th. And after that par, they're looking for something good here. Well played, mate. Playing from around 160 yards.
Pretty good win back into the player's face.
This one should find the rough. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
Well, definitely the wind had to have gotten a hold of that one.
Ooh, that almost went down. Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here. That gets the job done. Just one off the lead after that hole. We find ourselves on the tee, one of the stronger par 4s on the back 9 here at Jacobson Homestead. The 14th playing 483, Rich, from the tips.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view. Bailing out to the left in the bunker, not so hot either. Tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flag stick.
That's going to find the water, sadly. Time now for the 4th shot. Just one shot back now. Good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole. Yep, well holed for bogey.
Now over to Rickie Fowler.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
So after that effort, let's have a look at the contenders and the pretenders. Currently at 2 over par. Teeing off here at the 15th hole.
Absolutely tattooed that one.
Going with a 3-wood here. Yeah, this is the stuff we love. Getting after this par 5 in 2.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and getting rewarded for it.
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole.
Downhill putt, and sometimes you think it's going to run out more than it does. Just couldn't quite figure it out this time.
This is the all-important stretch. Time to make your move.
He's found the surface. Good chance here.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
Ooh. Putting for par. That was a sensational approach, Rich, but you've got to feel like an opportunity was lost.
And being a couple off the lead, they can't afford to miss those birdie opportunities.
And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. He's in a share of 3rd place. We have a par 4 on this one. That's some good golf right there.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
The wind is at their back on this one.
And he's not hit the mark on that approach.
Oh, as we can see there, the wind definitely affecting that shot.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Eight feet to the cup. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? This one's for bogey.
Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Come on, don't be shy.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Rich, we find ourselves at the finishing hole here at Jacobson Homestead, and it seems strange to be playing it just at 400 yards.
I tell you what, though, I like this finishing hole because it gives you options. You don't have to necessarily hit driver here. If you do, you got to take it over some pretty tall trees, and you can't miss it to the left-hand side. The safe play, lay it out to the right, but now your second shot becomes just a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult to get it that close to the hole. I love the options you have on this finishing hole. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
And this putt is for a final score of 73. The old hammer hands putt. Ooh, right by the hole. Bogey putt coming up here. And that signs off on today's round.
Nah, I don't think so. Oh well.
Well, Henny, that was some match. We thought it'd be a great rivalry, and it absolutely was. But how proud would this player be to have taken down Rickie Fowler despite not winning the event?
Luke, this player will be brimming with pride. What a great result. They challenged Rickie Fowler and beat him. Now, they'll be telling that story in the pub a few times in the coming weeks.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beem, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm only on a 2-hour trial. That's why I'm trying to get it. What's that? What's this? I don't get these balls. Legendary. We'll have that. We'll have a white hat, shall we? P. Puma. No, I like my black hat. Continue. Accept. 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 Get in the hole. Play event. I shall leave it here for now. Come back tomorrow. Here, Andy, I'm gonna ring you. 1 minute. I've got an idea. I'm gonna end this stream.